neighbours, good citizens all, I thank you for coming and heeding the call. Let's rally the people and bring them all near. Sing out our songs for the whole world to hear. This is the cradle of all that we are. This is the heart of the storm. This is the ground where the future was born. This here is Anvil and this is our home. Each song that we sing and each story we tell, each hero we name and each life that we sell, each breath and each beat of your heart is a beat of the drum. Give me drink in my cup and friends who will share it, song on my lips and ears that'll hear it, fire in my eyes to light all the good people I see. I tell you, my friends, there's nowhere that I'd rather be. Before 10 in the morning, we're barely alive. We're like ghosts, we're like spirits, and then coffee arrives. Then heroes awaken and stand by your side. Now gather your courage and sing out your pride. For the storm will not break us, although it may try. The sun may beat down and may bake the world dry, but we stand by our neighbours and raise them up tall. Gather your voices and scream out the call. For you are my empire and you are my hall. For you I would fight and for you I would fall. For you are the...
No, this is very true. We can't have anything nice. Thanks, Ben. Oh yeah, we're live now.
Shit. Oh, it's like you've been doing this for years, Steve.
Fucking hell.
Start as we mean to go on.
Europe?
Jesus wept. Yeah, hype train's in the way though. Can't see anything. So what's happened? So Ryan, thank you so much. You 22 months, you crazy idiot. Liam, 30 months. Jeez, you need help. Debbie Harry as well. 6 months. What's wrong with people? Pete for 26 months. And Dan for 32 months. Fuck my life. Hello, you beautiful bastard. Hello, Zydor. How you doing? Went out and bought mead for this evening. Everyone's bought drinks. I don't know why. I mean, it's not as if we're drinking this evening. I mean, I'm on Coke.
I have no idea why.
None whatsoever.
Not a clue.
So Kyle has a wine glass that's bigger than him. Oh, I need to move. Oh, what's going on? Let's
This is going down far too well.
Yes, I can imagine. Jesus. Dolly subbed 11 months. Hello, sexy boys. Love to you all. Thank you, Dolly.
Oh, a great way to start.
Yes.
Can't disagree with that assessment.
No. Raven wants a drink. Oh, Jazz, get yourself a drink. Go get yourself a drink. We're going to be ignoring the hydrate thing this evening because we'll be fucked. Curry and wine for Ben. Dawn's having dinner first. Sensible. Jess. I had pizza and I didn't really want pizza. It was weird. It was reluctantly eating pizza. It's co-op owned as well. It tasted like cardboard. It wasn't good. Jess has wine. Salt, joke's on you. I always drink. I need to watch these streams. He's not wrong.
We need to drink just to do them.
How the fuck do you think I feel? I've been doing this for 2 years now. Yeah, I picked the wrong month to quit meth. And other airplane quotes.
Another airplane quotes.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone didn't get that.
Just in case. He won't let me gift. For a second there, Debbie, I thought it said he wouldn't let you grift. I was like, good. They won't let you gift. Never mind. There's always another time. So how long until this goes off the train? Yes.
Now?
It already has. Fucking hell, everyone's redeeming hydrate now. I've told them not to.
Yeah.
It's Cloudberry Mead for Zydor. That sounds really nice. Fucking hell, everyone's redeeming hydrate. You're a bunch of bastards. Hydrate with wine, yes. Are you already drunk? I wish. Redeem uncontrollable urge to constantly pee. I'm also on the wine for a change. Surely that's not an airplane quote. Look, Mike, you've not seen anything, so you're not allowed to have conversations here. Go and watch your list. Dan gifted 5 subs. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much. You've gifted 40 to everyone. So, Alex Oak, Roxy Cat, Have to Roll, Give a Little Hug. Rampant Wolf Dawn. That's a cool name. That's Rampant Wolf Dawn. I like that one. Kyle is a bit quiet and muffled.
Yeah, it's probably because I've not got my headphones in. It's probably what it is.
Yeah, I've turned you up a little bit. Hopefully that will sort it.
Yeah. Don't turn me up too much because you know how loud I get.
What you doodle? Hope you're all doing good. Very good, thank you. I left my boyfriend alone at LARPCon for 30 seconds and he bought the Wench's Mead from Troll's Bottom Mead. The one with the booby lady on the front.
Yes. Is it the booby? Oh, yeah. No, I thought you meant the company sign because the company sign is that the arse hat is hanging out. But yes, there's a bottle with a booby lady on it.
We realised today that there's a German mead company that I forget the name of. Me and Helen bought a load of mead from them and it was 10 quid a bottle. And they're now selling it for 25 quid a bottle. We did well.
Yes.
Haven't you
Got
done
in
well?
there and nabbed it.
Liam's got 60k worth of points. Hydrate or dihydrate might be the same tonight. Wow. How you feeling, Matt? Dihydrate. Oh my god. One more glass of that wine and we'll be able to hear you, Kyle.
I mean, this is half of this. So yeah, one more glass and I'll be a bottle down.
Yes. There we go. So you two have never met each other, I don't believe.
No, hi.
Hello. And we won't want to after that.
Well, there is that.
You invited me onto this.
I know I did. I know. This has been a stream that I've had so many people ask me for so long now. Because I think when we did this last time, Carl, that one's gone down in history. That has.
Yeah, we didn't even intend for it to happen, but we just both got quite drunk. And then by the end of the stream, we weren't even talking about Empire anymore. We were just like giggling like two schoolgirls.
It's a hobby. It's
the new hobby, yeah.
It's a great hobby. Yeah, it was really, really good. And then chatting away to Ryan and Ryan's. How many bottles do you have at the ready, Carl?
I have another one that is sat on the side, and then I have another one in a cupboard. If I get to the cupboard, that's when Steve can say stop.
Okie dokie. I won't.
You don't know
that. But yeah, we're not here to encourage binge drinking at all or anything like that. Drink sensibly at home with people around you. Or on a screen with you. Debbie's hit the nail on the head there. Yes, we are. So I'm moving in 20 days, and I'll make 30 litres of mead. Oh, sounds amazing. Steve, stop someone from drinking. Wrong stream. Yeah. But yeah, I thought we'd chat a little bit a lot because you've both now finished your very first years at Empire.
We're graduating, yeah.
And yeah, oh god, I should do that, shouldn't we?
Please.
some sort of graduation.
Yeah, Thursday graduation ceremony.
Oh, it'll end so badly. It'll end so badly. But yeah, so you've both finished your first year, because I know I've spoken to you both before you even went to E1. I think for Kyle, our stream happened after you. I think it was E2. I can't remember.
Who knows? Time's a wibbly wobbly thing.
Yeah, I've forgotten everything. So, but yeah, it's quite nice. So how have you both found your first year then? Now it's all done. You're going back. E1 is unfortunately very, very near.
Oh, it is. I don't know. How do I feel? It does feel like getting back into the swing of things is like putting on a comfy pair of shoes. Even though this is only my second year, I'm just excited to get back to it. I've had some player events to bridge the gap though, so that might have helped. I'm sure you will have, Carl. I saw you in your fantastic veil.
Yeah, saw me looking like I was about to burst out in song of how do you solve a problem like Maria. Yeah. Um, yeah, I've had some player events to kind of bridge the gap. Yeah, the first year was a lot of fun. There were some unexpected things that happened that were really cool. And then there were some things that went to plan. Great. This year I'm going in, very first event, going for a position that I want. So I'm not stressed about that at all. I'm not concerned about that part of the game at all. Also, at the most recent player event, which was hosted by my Exarch, or who plays my Exarch. So it was like the group was holding the event. And yeah, there was some really, really fun IC bullying that happens. It's all fun and games. I find it really, really funny, and so does the rest of the cenotaph. But this time, other players got to experience what that was like.
Right.
And one of the things that happened was I was forcefully put into like a tournament type thing that was happening. I don't fight. I have a sword. It's a pretty sword, but I'm using it mostly for self-defense. But I was put into this tourney, and I genuinely told everyone, I was like, "Don't worry, I'll be out in the first round. It'll be fine." I got second place.
Wow.
So that's not too bad. But the issue is now my chapter, I've turned around and gone, well, you're going through the gate then. E1, you're gonna go through the gate. We've got armor for you. We're just gonna put you in it, and we're gonna put you through it. And I'm like, cool. So this is how Silas dies. So, bit nervous.
Yeah.
E1, bit nervous.
So you are going to go through the gate then?
Yes, because something's been discovered by the Cenotaph at E4, which is going to change how we fight the Druge. And it means that I have to go through the gate.
Ooh. That's interesting. That's interesting. I've had something happened to me at E4 with my new character Cal that I'm very, very excited about, because it means I get to come and harass Highguard a lot. I'll probably get I won't get executed for it because it's not heretical, but it's something very, very interesting, and a lot of people don't like talking about it. So I'm gonna love poking this bear about the creator.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I already know one highborn who would love that chat, because that's his entire thing. But yeah.
Yeah, there's a friend of mine who I know from playing Vampire down here. He's the one who came over. He used to be in Wintermark, and he started chatting to me about it. And I was thinking to myself, I don't have opinions about religion or the creator in character. I'll have an opinion about this. Yes, we need to find the creator and give him a bloody good hiding. Let's do this. So I've decided I'm on a mission now to find the creator.
Oh. That is certainly an opinion to have.
Yes, I want to find the creator and tell him off. Give them a damn good thrashing. So, but yeah, I thought, yeah. So someone mentioned mentioned Silas to me to go and have a chat with, because apparently Silas has an opinion on, as they put it, everything.
You gotta have an opinion on something. You gotta have
It
an
cracked.
opinion. It's the whole point.
I had to stop. When they were telling me this, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, you need to go and have a chat with Silas about it, because Silas just has an opinion. There's an opinion on what, on the creator. Do they exist or what?" So I was like, "No, just an opinion on everything." I was like, "Oh, am I?" Yeah. So me and him, we had to drop out of character because I was literally crying with laughter. I could not stop. This was just before they were going into an auction as well. And we were just pissing ourselves laughing. While everyone else was sat around us, we were crying in a corner away from people. So, Commander Jens, thanks for subbing. 9 months, that's awesome. They're not the creator, they're just a very naughty person who used to be told off. This is true. But, yeah, so I found that whole thing very, very interesting. And you're kind of an inspiration for that part of the game, because there's a lot of stuff for me that I've always thought I'll never get involved with, because I don't find it enjoyable. But then talking about the creator, and then remembering what happened with you before you even set foot in a fucking field, and and you getting spanked by the religion game royally, it just made me think, oh, yeah, I've got to run with this, haven't I? I'll probably enjoy this more than... Oh, Kazamarie, hello, my dear. How are you doing? Good to see you. Kaza would be great, I reckon, in a wine stream. With all her experience at LARP, get Kaza drunk, and I reckon she'd be hilarious. I reckon she's a very funny drunk. That'd be so funny to do. Future stream, Kaza. Future stream. I'll send you some wine. So, how are you finding this is quite good actually, because now I've got you two here, because obviously you've got the religion game and the magic game.
And I've stayed very ignorant of the religious game on purpose, because I'd quite like to play a priest as a future character, so I'd like to go into that completely blind.
Wow.
But I don't know how much you've engaged with the ritual magic in particular, Kyle.
So the Cenotaph, as a group, we have like a, it's known as like the small chapters group, where it's a group of chapters that are all together, and we have like a coven, which is a day coven, and it's one of the strongest day covens. So we get a lot of like generals coming up and asking us to do stuff. But I'm grumpy uncle that sits in the corner and just goes, using magic. I don't like this. And then the fact that, the current Archmage of Day is an orc also makes me rumble. So I'm just like, souls in the abyss. So it's quite fun for me, because the Cenotaph get to bully me a lot and be like, shut up. Sit in the corner and shut up. But yeah, in terms of magic, I struggled with reading it, because when I first started looking at characters, I thought Urizen would be really cool, but then I saw like magic was kind of like a big thing for them, and I was like, oh, I don't understand that at all. So I didn't go into the magic. It's kind of the same with you, actually. I've got a future character that has a little dabbling in magic in the future, so it might be quite fun to not know too much, and I think I've managed to resist that a little bit so far.
I read the judgments, but that's about it. I don't really understand what they are, but I read them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think half the priests know what judgments are either.
I kind of got that from reading them.
Just a quick one for everyone who's watching. Just made aware there was a pop up for a game that I've got, King of the Castle. Has the pop up gone? Now, I hope it's gone. Let me know if it's still there or if it's gone. It's gone. Good. That's all right then. Good.
Did you have the game open in the background?
No. It's an extension, so I'll load it, and all the chat can basically get involved and make decisions that affect the game. So it's Dan suggested it, so I went and bought it. It was like £4. So I bought it because I thought, oh yeah, we can play that as a community. It's gone. It's gone. And no, we're not drunk biscuit. Fuck off. How
Not yet.
dare you? We're on our way though. Kyle has a wine glass the size of his head.
About halfway through, so it's about a quarter of a wine bottle down. We're doing good.
Yes, you're doing very, very well. So, when you both started, because I know both of you were kind of nervous about how the game was going to go for you and what your and how your involvement was going to be, and stuff, and how people were going to react to you and stuff like that. So it was a multitude of reasons. But how have you found it now that you're there? You've had your first year, and you look back at what your thoughts were before you even started to where you are now.
I can jump in on this straight away.
I should ask an individual to start off with, shouldn't I? It might
Yeah.
help.
Well, a lot of my fears were more practical, so the logistics of actually camping, of having kit and making kit, especially being a bigger guy that can't get stuff off the rack. It's harder to get kit or make kit.
Yeah.
I've since learned how to sew, so that's been great. Yeah, to think where I am now compared to the start of just shitting myself, basically. Of being like, I don't want to go, I bought a ticket, I'm too deep in the hole, I have to go.
Mm.
And now I've got this great hobby on top of about 30 others that then facilitate this hobby, like sewing and embroidery that I'm surrounded by at the moment.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I realised that a lot of my fears, I didn't need to have them. And I think it could be quite frustrating when you've not been, and you do hear people saying, oh, you'll be fine.
Mm.
And you think, oh, but I won't be fine. I'm going to be terrible. You will be fine. People will make sure and will go out of their way to make sure you are fine. And I mean, it wasn't, there was some speed bumps throughout the year, like E4, kit fell in the water, was soaking. I wanted to go home, had a panic, and the people around you really get you through. So, yeah, I just feel blessed, really.
I didn't. I spent all the time insulting you and slagging you off behind your back. It's
You said, pull yourself together, you prat.
pretty much. Dad's just said, "Did you?"
Where?
Dad said, "Did you turn up to E1 and the hall was just like, you are ours now. You no leave."
Yeah, that was it. I didn't
Yeah.
have a hall, and now I'm joining a second one.
Yes.
Exciting.
Yeah, we've had because I've left Hurst Hall now. I've left the hall, and we all went. A load of us from Hurst Hall went off and we started our own hall with another group, and which is more the way that we wanted to go. So we just sort of like we're going our own directions. So it
was a big one for me of being like, oh, people have their own shit to do. Where do I fit in?
Yeah.
And it's like now we've got a brand new group and everyone's amazing. And
yeah, I'm not. Just
you're there. You're there.
I turn up. Take a leaf out of my book where everyone turns up and goes, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, and I turn up, nod, and then walk off, and then I come back with loads of stuff, and I'm done. So, Curtis, good to see you, buddy. But yeah, so how about you, Kyle? How did it go from first thoughts and impressions to where you are now?
So I think the first thing is that I went in having made contact with a group. So I'd already spoken to the cenotaph about joining them. But Tom, who is the sort of leader of the group, he came from Maelstrom and is reasonably well known amongst a lot of people. But as a character, he wanted Caleb to be kind of nowhere near what he was when he was in Maelstrom. So not really going for like huge hats or anything like that. Just like he just wanted to make sure that everyone is he facilitates the fun is basically where he gets his fun from. So when I first like messaged him being like, oh, I'd really be interested in joining the group, he was really, really nice, really, really kind, but there was that sort of nagging feeling in the back of my head of like I could turn up and then not like the group or not like the cenotaph or whatever. so that was one of my biggest fears. Was I was like, what happens if I turn up with this group and then I'm like, oh god, I don't get on with them, or I'm bringing a part of the game that they don't like to their front door. Because as we've already discussed, Silas has strong opinions, and I was also scared about how am I going to handle that, because there are some people out there that don't want to engage with some of those opinions, and that's fine.
Yes.
But actually, I've realized that I'm pretty good at being able to notice when people are wanting to engage in those particularly strong opinions. I've also been quite good at pulling back and going on to a different subject when I notice that somebody doesn't want to talk about those particular things because it's not their game or whatever. And also my group has been amazing. Like, the Cenotaph have been more than welcoming. They've been a real family for me. But then on top of that, they've also, like, I think it was at our second event, there were 2 people that rocked up who were totally brand new to the whole thing. And we were just like, right, you want to go on the battlefield? Cool. Here's some armor. Here's swords, shield. And then I just went, anointing of wisdom, smack. Like, it's like, and now they've made their own chapter. Their own chapter is flourishing. One of them is now the proxy to a senator in Highguard. So, like, it shows you that, like, if you have the kind of support that the Cenotaph provides, like, people can really, really flourish. And I really enjoyed the fact that I was also part of that as well, in terms of making people feel welcome. And my game's been fun. It's spiraled out of fucking control. It is. I am Alice tumbling down the rabbit hole, as it were, and I got no control over that. But it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, and the weather wasn't too bad. I just got a little bit sunburned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one. Okay, that's cool. I mean, it's been the nice thing since I think everyone I've spoken to who started year 1, no one had any bad times or anything like that, and that's been an absolute blessing.
Or really, like, if there was something that was bad, it was like remedied quite quickly. Like, if there was like an issue or something, we all kind of knew that we would all have each other's back. So, like, you could just come and speak to, like, 1, 2, 3 or whoever, and just be like, hey, so my kit's fallen into a pool or whatever. Like, you know, you could do that and it not be, you didn't feel like you were burdened with being like, you know, oh god, I have to admit that I made a mistake. I mean, I also, like, what was the thing that happened to me? I think the backing of my trousers, like, split at one point. And I was like, well, this kit's not going to be great. I need this fixed. And luckily, there's somebody that said it half was like, oh, just give me those tomorrow and I'll just sew them up. And it was fine. Because, unlike everyone else, I can't sew at all. I'm terrible at it.
Debbie's just said, assless chaps. Yes.
No, I might be bringing it to E1. You never know.
Yeah, there was a lot of that sort of stuff going. I mean, you've got people in the Brass Coast, completely forgotten nation there. See, normally it's Highguard, I forget, but I can't at the moment because there's a little bit of me that's absolutely tempted. That's tempted to go there now. So it's fucking bizarre, but yeah, there's someone in Brass Coast that actually spends all their time fixing kit and stuff like that, and they make a lot of their money for doing it in character as well. So they do really, really well with it, and that's nice to see. So just as dropping my money was a bad experience, but whoever took the coins, which they are allowed to do, made the effort to return my pouch to God. And the good stuff were putting so much effort in returning lost property. Yeah, they are really, really good. Auntie Hem, there we go. Thank you very much. Well, yes, Auntie Hem is awesome.
Auntie Hem is great.
Yeah,
I love Auntie Hem. She's my cardinal.
Brilliant. Yeah, I can't remember who the other one is, but they are. I mean, all these people are fantastic. It's about what adds everything to it. I made a little YouTube video that Helen prompted me on, poked me to do, called about being a background character.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who don't want to turn up, and I don't want to be a general, I don't want to be a cardinal, and all of this sort of stuff. the people who do all of this, who are there just to add us all the support, they make the game for me. They really, really do. They're wonderful people to have and to be around. I'm going to be very sad to be missing E1. I wish COVID had let me start a few years ago when I first found Steve. I'm not Jesus, Ben.
I'm not Jesus.
I'm not Jesus. I'm not even making a joke about that. I don't want to LARP Jesus. No. Who have we got? Who is LARP Jesus? Who's got the long hair and the beard? Is it Matt Kaz? No, he hasn't got a beard anymore, has he?
Or is it Johnny? Johnny, who's used to be born, is now Marcher.
Now Marches. Yeah, Johnny is LARP Jesus.
Johnny could be LARP Jesus.
Johnny is LARP. Yeah, Johnny is LARP. Or Kit in Navarre. He's the really long hair with the beard as well. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Matt P is LARP God. Is that all gone now?
No, I've kept a little dribble. Just a little.
I'm nowhere near drunk enough to start making those sorts of jokes yet, Kyle.
A little bit of tonic to top it off. That's fine.
Oh dear. But yeah. So Pete's asked a question. Are you all right there? Right? You look very.
It's vile.
Which one is it?
It's mango and raspberry.
Well, put it down then.
Well, the upside is I'm going to have to just neck it quicker to get through it. So
Trial and tribulation. Oh no.
I can move on to one of the 8 other things I've got.
Oh dear. Curtis has just said, "I'm right here."
True.
True. That's true. That's true.
Curtis is now LARP Jesus. There we go.
We got a few. I make those jokes sober. Come on, Steve, level up. Yeah, but I.
Don't worry, we'll get there.
We will get there. We will get there.
We'll break Steve in. It's fine. Come on. There it is. Go on.
So, back to the arseless chaps.
The easy access. The
access chaps.
That's the arseless chaps. Oh dear, 2
seconds.
Yeah, I don't need much poking, let's be honest.
Yeah, I've heard that about you.
Oh dear. I think Helen's actually watching this as well. She's probably just very embarrassed. So Pete asked what your favourite moments were from your first year. There's a question back there somewhere, but I can't be bothered to scroll back up. Someone find it for me. But yeah, so Ryan, what's your highlight? It is like babysitting, hun. Thank you. Oh, waifu. So what's your highlight of your first year?
I think I've made, well, I'm going to say the soppy thing, I've made friends, but I've made some, like, they're good friends IC and OC. Like, the sugar daddies IC, that's been very lucrative.
Hey. Wish I had a fucking sugar daddy.
Aren't I one of them? I've become one of your sugar daddies.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Just, older men that are richer in game than I am.
Hey, I prefer the term seasoned. Okay.
Grizzled.
Grizzled? Yeah.
Hey, for some people that's a good thing.
Look, you can't say anything. Jean is yours, alright? I will tell him you've been cheating on him.
Oh, that man.
It's the new league. So, Carl, it's the new league general, Jean de Sarvos.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
The slut of Sarvos. The twat. Yeah, the twat of Temeshwar.
What was the other one?
I can't repeat them because...
No, they might be against TOS.
I'll get sued.
That was a highlight. There you go. Like evenings around the fire, big highlight. And they're not even IC, so that feels like a cop out.
That was icy.
One big one.
I
Yeah, it
mean-
was mostly.
I mean, making yourself have sugar daddies that are in the league, that's a fucking achievement. Like, come on, that's good.
Trying to make the 10, one in every nation.
Nice.
No, I had a big one. I think I spoke about it before. E4, we were doing a ritual in the Wintermark camp, and there was literally a few shooting stars as we did it. I was like, I'm this powerful. I command the stars.
I want stars.
Because obviously Steiner fell from the stars.
True.
Yeah,
So
but they're
you
all
know,
cunts, so...
Whoa! 99% of us are.
Wow.
No, that was pretty magical.
Mm.
God, a lot of it feels like a blur. It was just good. Ritual magic, becoming, getting those items off those sugar daddies that allows you to then go and do it solo without the coven. As great as the coven are, just opens up a huge amount of game being able to do it on your own rather than in a group.
Sometimes you just need to, tend to yourself and not.
Yeah, that's it. Sometimes you've got to sort yourself out before
Exactly.
trying to please the wider group.
Yeah. Get some items together and treat yourself.
That's it. Get your dragon bone together.
That's exactly it. Get some dragon bone together.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Perfect. Great stuff.
Can we make sure this VOD doesn't go anywhere?
Wow.
So yeah.
No,
Sugar
Dawn.
daddies and
Definitely
magic.
not. Apple bottom breeches, boots with the fur.
Yes.
Oh, Jim Bond. The stream is going exactly like I thought it would. Yeah. That was insane. I hate. I mean, I watched from whole of last year from the side. I felt a bit like a cheerleader in a way, just a more prettier cheerleader than what you get out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the nicest possible way. I was so jealous of everyone because I'm seeing so many people who've just joined, and then all of a sudden they're going, "I've got this to do, this to do, this to do, this to do," and I'm going, "I've got some drugs, I guess." That's it, really. But it's been so nice seeing how well everyone's done, and it's like I said to you, Carl. I know I've said to you that it's hearing so many people be so nice and positive about your part of the game, and then hearing a lot of people just say about everybody who's come to Empire, just how the game sort of like stepped up a level, because all of the seasoned players have to step up and they have to improve their politicking and stuff like that. See, I didn't. A few people try to step into my game. I threatened to kill them. They don't step into my game anymore. They now work for me. And that's it. It's just like, yeah, this is it. This is it. I did it in a very different way. But it's been really, really good to hear. And it's been so nice. Howdy, drunks. Hi, Beth. How you?
Hey.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, that's another highlight. We're writing that newspaper, and I'm loving it. Me, Beth,
Oh, yes.
Helen.
Yeah.
Should be good fun. That should be.
I'm going to have to step back from the newspaper, I think. Because if other people step over to go, well, you've said this and it's bad, I'm just going to hit them. So I'm not going to get involved.
I've had to really scale it back.
You should...
It was just like, because also I recognize like I'm bringing something into the game, but I'm not fully engaging with it because I don't want to be responsible for what's written in it. Like I just want to put something cool out into the camp that people can read. But I don't want any repercussions for going, lol, Dawn died. So I've had to like So I could keep the headline of "Lol, Dawn died," but then I have to write something up like really earnest and touching. So it's like these just slanderous headlines with like quite touching articles underneath.
Yeah, I mean the newspapers really. It's been really fun to watch you all getting involved. I mean, I know I've put some stuff forward, but it's just like I spoke to Helen about it, and I just thought I'm not going to be able to get as involved with this because of the way my character is. I will just I'll just go apeshit on people, and it won't end well for anyone. So especially because of something that's been mentioned, a bit of plot that's already game that's already been sorted between two parties. I won't go into it, but when I heard about that, it's like I could fix that so quickly. So I'm stepping out of it because I want you all to have your fun. So that's going to be your game, your plot. You all enjoy it. I'll be over there, and then when it gets too far, I'll just finish it. So, but it's been really really good. So how about you, Carl? What's been your highlight?
It's difficult because you went so, you know, wholesome, and the first thing that came to my head was presenting evidence for someone to then be executed on. That was one of my highlights. Uh, yes. So presenting evidence against Santana Iguerera,
Give
and then
proper name, please. Sultana.
Sultana
Sultana, as I called her a lot.
Iguerera. Um, so yeah, presenting evidence towards that trial, which was a pretty much it was a guarantee, but
It was cut and dry.
still, yeah, still presenting all of the stuff that I'd already gathered about that person to, you know, just ensure that everybody in that circle was like, yeah, no, this is happening. That was really, um, that was one. I think the other one was Day of the Dead. So E1, Day of the Dead's happening, but we'd been waiting on a skirmish coming back.
Mm.
But the Day of the Dead is one of the most important. It's a holiday for Highborn. It's the most important thing of the year. So
Yeah.
when it got close to time, I was like, well, there's other exorcists that can deal with, you know, the small amount of problems that will come back. We're halfway through Urizen. I've got my hood up. I'm stood with my brother Nathaniel, sibling, sorry, Nathaniel, and all of a sudden we start hearing screams and like battle calls and things like that from the gate, and we were like, that's that skirmish coming back, and it doesn't sound like it's being dealt with. So then we run back, and the first thing I see is Vito with his shield and his huge ass spear taking on about 4 other Imperials, and he's getting through them. Like, he is cutting them down. And I'm stood there with my ickle whittle sword, no armor, 0 abilities with fighting, and a bottle of Liao going, and this is how I die. This is how I'm gonna die. But I ended up excising, I think it was 3 people, space of about 5 minutes.
Nice.
Don't tell anyone, but my Liao was, a single dose of Liao was 3 shots of gin, purple gin. So by the end of those exorcisms, I thought I'd be doing them really, really separately. I didn't think I would be dealing with this many freaking like possessed people. So after the 3rd one, I was like, anybody else? Anyone else need a helping hand? No, we're good. Okay. Good work, everyone. Good work.
That's brilliant.
So that was another highlight where I survived. You know, it was Hugh Dominos, Baldwin, Vito, Thea, like all of these quite well seasoned fighters, mages, all this sort of stuff. And I managed to like duck and weave between them all to be like, "Begone, ghost!" Whack. So I was quite proud of that moment as well. I think those are my 2. Those are the 2 that have kind of set up the rest of the character for me. So I think that's why those 2 are my highlights.
That's cool. So what about this year then? Have you got big plans for this year?
Yes. So, Inquisitor for Wisdom comes up at E1.
Excellent.
So I will be presenting myself to the Assembly of Wisdom to hopefully be hired for the job. We'll find out whether we do or don't. It is what it is. I'm just excited to try it. Like I would love to get the role. I want to get the role. I have reasons for using the powers that it gives you, but at the same time, it's not going to stop my game if I don't. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like I've taken into account that I might not get it because the current incumbent has been very good at their job, and I'm actually not going after it because I think they're bad at it. I'm going after it because I think, well, I need these more than you do. Is basically the sort of suffix.
Yeah.
So that's the first one, and then the second one is I'm meddling.
Ooh.
I'm meddling in some politics that
Right.
I should not be meddling in at all.
But
I'm getting
that's the best kind to get involved in, though.
taking too long, guys. We've been talking about this particular subject for too long, and I'm going to expedite the process. And that's where I'll leave that.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm trying not to get involved in politics or anything like that. I've sort of Cal is a sort of calm down-ish version of Mac, where it's meant to be. It's not worked out that way, but I've sort of taken the drug game and unionized it a little bit, so we can get more people involved in it, because a lot of people wanted to be involved in it, but they were very too conflicted, I guess. Everyone was just fighting against each other, and that was it. And it was very much, yeah, players were having arguments with players out of character as well about it. So able to step in and then just say, well, let's just do it this way, and people are doing it, and it's been quite nice. So like at the Reaper's Ball, I mean, made a huge 1,000 throne deal, which was wonderful. I'm going to be rolling in it.
I was gifted a throne once, and ever since then I've been in the ring denominator. I've had rings, and that's it. I've got nothing else because I am a priest, and we don't do prosperity for priests is very much. Please give me money. Please give me money.
We still need to take you out on a pub crawl.
Actually, sorry, I have another highlight moment.
Yes,
God.
yogurt. They did. Drugs are very much in demand now.
So the other highlight that I have is so it was Broken Wheel, right? Which is 2 or 4. Time's wibbly wobbly. Who cares?
Yeah. It was last year.
Broken thing, and I'm walking around looking like my normal self, which is just my neutral face. And a marcher walks up to me and just goes, "Oi, Sado," to which I was like, "Excuse me?" And they were just like, "You look really sad," and I was like, "Well, I'm not." And they were like, "Okay, well, if you're not, have a sip of this." I was like, "Sure." Took a swig of this thing from a teapot, and then they just handed me like a ribbon thing, and I read it. I misread it, so this is entirely on my fault, and it's not connected to the. But it's fine because it happened. Basically, the effect of it is that you seek joy. Is the thing. Like you're massively happy, and you reject anything that would challenge that happiness, and you charge after things that make you happy. Right? That's the effect. Now it should only last an hour. I didn't read that part, so I just went with the idea of it'll last until I fall asleep.
Excellent.
So, there was a moment in time where Silas was running through Navarre with his cloak up and out like this, and he was just going like down the central road of Navarre, which had a couple of his highborn friends just being like, "What the is wrong with Silas?" And then there was Marchers having a discussion about Matilda,
Ooh.
and I decided to stand there quite literally just going, like bouncing, and they were just like, Silas, what's wrong with you? And I was just like, well, and then I blurted out my opinion, and then I just went, but this is a sad subject, so quite frankly, get happy, drink, and then I just like, sign off. So that's another highlight for me where everyone instantly knew that something was wrong because I was running around with a big grin on my face, and people were more freaked out about that than they were about anything else I've done. So that was another highlight. But yeah, pub crawl, please. Dear
Definitely,
God,
definitely.
take a break.
It remind me of something that me and Trot used to do with Twilight, because Twilight's meant to last half an hour, and we used to sit there and think, but we are having so much fun right now. So like 4 hours later, when we used to think, okay, let's probably come down off of this now. We've made Mark Humes hide in his tent away from us. Nobody, people are moving us away now. Let's go somewhere else. So,
Are you the reason he's in Dawn now?
yes,
Just get away.
pretty much, to be honest. He the amount of conversations he had with us saying, look, I know you two are having fun, but please don't follow me next time you're on this drug. And we're like, oh, okay. It's like 20 minutes later. He's in the tent and we're going, where's Siggy? Where's Sigvald? And you can hear him in the corner going, oh, for fuck's sake. We're just like, yeah, we're going for him. We are having him. And it was just so much fun. It was just a lot of fun. But if you're having that sort of fun doing that sort of thing, then make it last longer. Just make it last longer because you're enjoying it. That's what the game is. So
I mean, it totally didn't ruin a friendship when I looked at somebody who was terminal and under the effects of this potion and under the effects of like Chamber of Delights, which is where this was as well. Everyone, all these priests were delivering this lovely, lovely speech from all the different nations about giving him a name from Wintermark and all this really, really important stuff, you know?
yeah.
Meanwhile, they look at me and go, what is Highguard going to do? And I just look him dead in the eyes and I just go, I'm going to put your name in the Book of the Dead. And everyone just goes, a bit fucking soon.
Ooh.
It's like, oh,
Wow.
it's a great honor. Ding. And then everyone's just like, Jesus Christ, this guy is on one today. Yeah,
That's
it was not
brilliant.
Yeah.
I
And
wish
I,
I'd
like,
seen
I really like that character as well, but again, the potion influenced me to pursue joy. Talking about a friend dying, not fun. So let's talk about the fun things. Putting your name in the Book of the Dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a good moment with JB said 14 months. Thank you. Is the Book of the Biscuits asked, is the Book of the Dead what it sounds like?
Basically, Highguard has a book, a very, very big book, and at E1 we're going to truly hallow it to, I think it's Courage. And then basically during the parade of the Day of the Dead, we will go around and we take people's names who have died in the past year. I imagine we'll be stopped in Dawn for quite a while.
And that's only from E4. You'll need to add so Book of the Dead Volume 3, Dawn the Revenge.
Dawn Part 7. So yeah, that's what the Book of the Dead is. But I think lots of other nations have kind of taken the idea of the Book of the Dead and have made it their own as well. So I think the Dawnish have created a Book of Deeds, which is about the story of the people who have died, I think is the thing. I've heard that on the windmill of Rumor Mill, not Windmill.
That's, well, yeah, we'll go with it. On the Windmill of Rumours.
There we are.
Jamie has asked, shouldn't it be dedicated to wisdom because they fucked around and found out?
I might cheekily dedicate the Dawnish page to that one because I'm joking. To my Dawnish friends, I love you all. I do. OC, not IC.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Does the Book of the Dead summon the Deadites? If so, we may need a chainsaw and a boomstick. I have seen Evil Dead 1, so shush. Okay, Yeah, we'll let you have that one, Mike. We'll let you have that one.
It's the one film he's seen.
It's the only film he's seen. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh man, everyone's commenting, and I've had enough wine now that I can't read. That's really good. But I like all of those things. La Villa Roll is raiding with a party of 12. Welcome. We're chatting Empire while drinking heavily. Carl has a pint of wine.
Pint of wine.
A pint of wine.
Wow! Don't worry, we're all talking in mid voice.
It's a Mickey Mouse now. Where's Abby when you need her?
We're gonna get sued.
Drink the wine, Kyle.
Oh dear.
My God, why are you two so good at that?
Welcome everyone to the channel.
Welcome to this exceptionally educational.
Oh my God. Oh man. Oh, do you want to hear some? Do you want to hear a bit of a story on a tangent here? We're talking about Disney.
Sure.
So a friend of mine sent me a transcript of some work that he did. Yeah, it was a great first impression there. Great first impression. Oh my God. Sent me a transcript from Disney reaching out in 1999, year 2000, reaching out to a load of LARP organisers, content creators, and stuff like that. This all led to Disney making the Star Wars Hotel.
Oh yeah. I've heard about this. Yeah.
Did you hear who they reached out to in this country to talk to about LARP organisation?
I think so.
LT, Lorien Trust.
Oh, okay. No. Wasn't the person I thought it was, but carry on.
So yeah, they reached out to Lorien Trust to talk about it all. So yeah, I just thought that was a very, very interesting tangent. So you come here for the wine, stay for
Whatever this is.
I don't
Here
know.
to be educated.
You're just staying for something. There was no shade. I mean, they spoke to Lorien Trust about it. Yeah, there's no shade there.
No shade.
The stream has become unhinged in the best way. Yes.
You saw who was invited to this conversation.
Yeah. But it was just very much. It was a very interesting thing. But I suppose back in in the 2000s and stuff, and late 90s. Yeah, I mean, who else were you going to talk to? Because I think LT at that time were the biggest LARP in the country, so it just made sense. But yes,
Question: run off to the bathroom because I've drank more than nearly a bottle of wine. Be back
go,
in a second.
go. Oh man, that's amazing, Ryan.
Hello.
Oh, I love your tankard.
I bought this at the Hurst Hall auction
Ooh.
for a bargain, which I don't remember what I paid, but I remember it being a good deal.
Mm.
I'm pretty soused, to be honest.
I think we all are. Oh dear.
I'm feeling very flush.
I'm here to watch three grown men undergo thousands of years worth of mental devolution in the space of 2 hours. And so the toilet trips begin. I haven't been to the toilet yet. Neither's Ryan.
Bladder of steel, baby.
I've got a child's bladder, so...
In a jar somewhere? What?
But, that's mental. So, yeah, so what's been your highlight? Oh, no, you said you're doing that ritual, didn't you, with the shooting stars?
Yeah, that was lovely.
So
the new hall is going to be good.
Yes.
Sorry.
So what have you got?
Okay.
So what have you got planned for the year? What's your goals for the year?
Contribute to the hall. Only because obviously, as me, James, Dan, and Matt was there at E1. I loved Burn Broth, but we were small, so it was it was easy to coordinate stuff. So I'm looking forward to a bigger group to contribute towards, just being useful. There are certain fleets which are quite good. Certain fleets. I'm quite drunk. Certain rituals. Certain rituals that contribute to fleets. There we go. I'm going to be quite useful this year, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. The Bowen brothel is closed for business, though. So.
I'm going to buy you a few bottles of mead, I think, because if this is anything to go by, then you're going to be hilarious in a ritual.
Yeah,
I haven't drank in a while, so it's hitting me hard.
A 5-minute ritual when you're pissed, that would be fun.
One good thing is, I don't have to go to the Regio, but it's just not good because you're too comfortable in your own tent. But I bought some ritual props.
This is true. Hey, Max.
I don't want to talk about props when we're in this weird innuendo mood. But yeah,
Who said we were in an innuendo mood? Who put that out?
Yeah, how dare you? I'm offended by this.
So yeah, I'm just looking at them and I'm excited. Also, no, stop it, no.
We're all really excited by these props.
Yeah.
As Hayden's just said,
I must
in
remember,
your endo. Wow.
Must remember to charge the batteries and whatnot.
Yeah. Biscuit has just said, oh, I've lost it. Ritual up my fleet, ritual daddy.
Ritual up my fleet. That's the way of putting it.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
I can do that for you.
Yeah, that's
For a price.
For a price.
For a price.
No, what am I looking forward to? I've had a bit of a kit upgrade, so I'm looking forward to showing that off at E1. You've seen most of it, Steve, at the Reaper's Ball, but I've been embroidering the shit. So yeah.
No, that's
because I'm non-com
cool.
as well. I like to have nice kit.
Right. Yep.
You've both got incredible kit.
Oh, Kyle's kit's great. Love your kit, Kyle.
Because
we have passed in the field, and I have admired you from afar.
Oh.
Sweet.
It is funny though when the amount of people that have said that I'm Dawnish, or they go, the yo folk immediately go, my lord, and I'm like, ugh, gross, shut up.
How fucking dare you?
Do you know what? Refer to me as your excellency, if anything. Fuck's sake.
Your high holiness.
Yeah, let's get into of idolatry, shall we?
I was going to say, is idolatry a thing? Can we do them for that?
It is. It's massively a thing.
So let's go for that then. So calling someone my lord, that's idolatry. Let's execute Dawn.
No balls, because that's idolatry. I mean, sure, I'm up for it if you are.
Yeah, I'm well up for that. I'm well up for that. Let's.
I get Santa's drunk, because if he's if you get him drunk enough, he'll be like, yeah, sure, fuck it, I'll do that.
But I mean, who hasn't got drunk enough at an event where the following day people have come up to them and said, right, are you coming then to do the thing that you said you'd do last night? And you go, what?
What did I agree to?
Yeah. They are some of the best things that can happen to you in game. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I went on a Volodny skirmish, and it was Volodny who had a load of Valorn with it. And that was fucking mental, that was, because they were all T-Rexes. In the way that... So the Valorn only responded to you if they saw you move. It was wonderful. It was really, really good. So you just stood still. I remember having one of them like sniffing around me, and I'm just stood still. but it had all these flowers on it, so it was just tickling me. So I was just sort of like giggling away to myself. It was so much fun. That was a skirmish that I actually, after 10 minutes of being on it, I put my weapons down because they were useless. You weren't killing the Valorn. You weren't killing anyone in this skirmish. You were there to walk slowly. It was like it was like playing a game. I can't remember the game. You know where someone used to stand at the edge of the playground with their back to you. Oh, what's the time, Mr. Wolf?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or grandma's footsteps if you're middle class.
You cheeky bitch. But yeah, so yeah, what's the time, Mr. Wolf, for me, I'm afraid. And yeah, and that was just literally what you were playing. And then it was a 45-minute skirmish, and we went and got this terrible Indiana Jones film, The Crystal Skull, at the end of it. And we were just like all really, really happy because we figured it out quite quickly, and we all got out, and then someone smashed it immediately. No one was able to do anything, and 100,000 Navarre souls were lost. Yeah,
Standard in the Empire, really. You know,
it really is.
colossal fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, I mean, we are a bunch of dumb cunts at the end of the day. Let's face it. We are
Whoever-
ridiculous.
Large, really, really. The other thing I was going to say, because Auntie Hen is in the chat, or at least I thought they were. They married me
Oh,
during Broken
As in
Wheel.
you married them or they married you?
They were the cardinal that presided over the ceremony of marriage.
Gotcha.
Because again, I was on that potion, and there was a leaguer who was really a freeborn with a mask on their face, participating in Broken Wheel, who wanted to marry a statue. I said, no, don't marry a statue. And they're like, well, is there anyone here willing to get married? And I was like, sure.
Well, I am statuesque.
ooh.
So I ended up getting married. But the funny part is that I married a leaguer who doesn't exist because that's who they said they were when they got married. However, it was conducted by someone else participating in Broken Wheel, aka the Cardinal, who has said in character to me that I get to decide whether it was real or not. And if it's real, I might get free drinks at a freeborn bar. I just don't know which freeborn bar that is.
Let's find you a lawyer.
Yeah, let's find me a scrivener who's going to take me down and just be like, right, so let's put this marriage into contract, because freeborn and contract.
Yeah. The one lazy guy recently got into yours and others' Empire LARP content during this stretch of time before Oz's version of Empire kicks up again in full swing, and I've yet to be disappointed. Wow, I'm sorry, but I did when I was on Facebook, I was in the Australian version of Empire, their group and stuff like that. I keep on meaning to reach out to them to see if they'd come on and chat about it, because they've literally created Empire, but on the other side of the Empire world, it feels.
Okay.
So they've literally made Australia, but in Empire. It's really, really cool. They've put in a lot of effort to it. They've got a good location for the game, I think, and that's it. It's absolutely wonderful. I was having a chat with Stephen, the guy who does works for Epic Armory in Australia.
Yeah, you had him on once, didn't you?
Yeah, and he was saying that I mean, the LARP thing in Australia is huge. LARP is huge out there. So,
Which is considering how hot and sweaty we get. Could you imagine in Australian temperatures? Fight? Absolutely not.
no, I mean, look at the size of me. I mean, I'm hot and sweaty, and it's -8. It's me and Helen went on our hunt.
Very quickly. I would ascend into the heavens very quickly if I tried to fight in LARP gear in Australia.
They're insane, but they do an amazing. I see a load of photos from it, and their kit standards are really, really good as well. The game looks fantastic. Looks like a lot of fun to do. I would love to go out there and play that, but it took a lot of courage for me to get on a plane to Norway I hate flying. I hate flying so much. So being on a plane for 24 hours, I'd have to be unconscious for it all.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I have to travel with you and sedate you.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah,
Let's put him
that's
on 24 hours. We'll see you in Australia. Good night, Steve.
that's pretty much it. I mean, I would love to see all of that sort of stuff. There was a question here for you both, and I've lost it. So
Someone.
there you go. Favorite IC chat that you have both had so far. That's a good question. I like that one, Ben. I finished my bottle of wine now, so I'm on the beer.
On my
Come on, Kyle.
fourth bottle.
Honestly. Guys, if I die, my kit needs to go to the cenotaph. Don't tell
Book
me.
of the Dead. Name of the Book of the Dead. All sorts.
Yeah, put my name in the Book of the Dead, please.
Best IC chat.
Best IC chat.
Probably E1 going over to Hendel Hearth and meeting Tia, because, kind of elaborating on what I said earlier, like the people that I was with, you kind of feel maybe that they're obligated to be nice to you. So you feel like a bit of a burden potentially. So kind of plucking up the courage and casting your net a bit wider and meeting a whole new group of people was very like, okay, I can do this. I'm enjoying this. I'm not just going to sit 3 feet from my tent because that's where you feel safest. And I bagged myself another sugar daddy, so win-win. He's the main one.
Tyr is a phenomenal person. I really like him. He's out of character as well. He is a wonderful, wonderful guy.
Him and Brienne, so Ray, OC, they do so much for new players, which is why their hall is so popular with new players in Wintermark. And I mean, the guy just wanders over and it's like, here's 15 thrones worth of autumn viz. Crack on, go have some fun. And I'm like, this is more than I would have potentially earned in like 4 years worth of play. And it does it over, facilitates so much game. And yeah, he's amazing. I love him so much. So yeah, best IC chat.
Ben's just said, sorry, missed a few minutes as my youngest son was rolling over for the first time. Aww.
Cheers.
Cheers. Is that Steve or Tim? They're twins. I mean, for fuck's sake, Ben. Do I want? Steve is the youngest. There we go. No, that's adorable. Steve was quick for once. Yeah, it doesn't normally happen. I mean, Steve's been cursed. He's been on the wine too. No, I can't even bring myself to make these sorts of jokes. Emily's watching.
Ah, no.
No. Naughty. Naughty. Tim likes being on his tummy, so he can't be asked. Fantastic.
You know what? I associate with Tim. Wait. Sure.
I think Baby Tim's got more hair than both of us combined.
What? That's upsetting, actually. How dare.
See, mine's going thin, but I feel like I've got a leonine mane.
Yeah, literally.
See, Biscuit and Chat will back me up on this one. We were in. Don't do that, Carl. Because I mean,
I've got overhead lighting. It's highlighting the fact that I'm on my head.
See, I can turn my head sideways because my light's there. So yeah, Biscuit will back me up on this, but Smith in Hurst Hall, I keep on saying, I've said to him for the last year, pretty much, that when he does, every time he does, and he goes like this a lot with his hair, but his hairline is like here, but
Leave him alone.
he's got a massive widow's peak, and I'm constantly saying to him, look, just let me shave it. I've got my clippers here. I've got my clippers here. We can do it. It'll be done in 5 minutes. It'll be fine. It'll just, all be gone. But no, he's not having it.
And that's it. It's like ripping off a band-aid, right?
Yeah.
Once you've done it once, you suddenly go, do you know what? My face was built to be bald. And you get on with your life.
Whoever built my face was fucked out of their face. Oh dear.
I think you're all right when you can kind of grow a beard and compensate.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You can grow a beard. Oh, the world's a wrap.
No.
My hairline's not going anywhere, but it's not great up here.
Mm.
Thankfully, I'm 6'4", so no fucker can see the top of my head. So
Jamie's just said our beards are glorious.
Who's this Jamie scrub trying to get in on the Good Beard Club? Who invited Jamie? Love you, Jamie.
He's alright.
Fellow autumn boy, he's a good one.
He's alright. Join the bald club, Ryan. Jamie's my
One
beard
day.
sucks.
Give it a couple of years.
So, Carl, same for you then. Best IC conversation that you've had?
Any conversation with the heretics or blasphemers that I've dealt with. They're the most fun conversations because you're both arguing over a fake religion. And fundamentally, like, the mental gymnastics that I have to do as, a non-religious person. Well, I am a religious person, OC, but I'm a religion where I don't necessarily feel the necessity to force it on everyone else. And that's very much against how I feel about religion in any type of way. So to become highborn, which is very much do it or die, you're there with someone else who quite literally you're in your head, you're deciding, do I put them up for religious crimes? Do I disconnect their soul from their body so that they don't pose as a threat to other people that I see as I'm shepherding?
Yeah.
Zakai, who's played by Dylan, or was played by Dylan because Zakai's no longer with us. A trend, I might say, with heretics who speak to me. Dylan has an incredible grasp of the religious game, an incredible understanding. And Zakai, and I've said this in letters and I've written this and spoken about this, if Zakai was actually a priest of religion, as we put it forward, Zakai would probably be one of the most, forefront for cardinal of whichever virtue they decided, because the understanding Dylan has of the religious game is fucking incredible. So myself against Dylan on the basis of a fake religion was a really, really hard task, but a really, really fun one. Because Dylan misled me. Well, Zakai misled me, lied to me, made me fall into traps on occasion, things like that. And it really made me realize, oh shit, no, I have to be a lot smarter to be able to even start to think about challenging these people in terms of their beliefs and stuff like that. So those have been some of my favorite IC interactions because they're just so. I like a challenge, I guess.
It's I have found talking to people about religion has become a very interesting thing for me. So a lot of people, they won't know this. You won't know this about me. When I was, Jesus, how old was I? 18?
When you were Jesus.
when
you
I
just
was
said you...
when I was Jesus. So when I was 17, I used to be a very religious little boy, like church every weekend and stuff like that. I actually used to be a youth pastor, so I used to do a lot of stuff like that. And then coming into when did it go wrong? When I got laid for the first time. That's when it went very wrong. So... I've broken Kyle.
That'll do it.
Yeah, so yeah, goddamn women. But yeah, I got so I used to do a lot of that sort of stuff, and I found that at the comparisons I have between Empire and talking to all of these children essentially about religion, and then talking to people about religion at Empire, is that the conversations are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I've
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. It's like,
Yeah.
so this is what the virtues mean. This is how you do it. Don't be a twat. Basically, this is it. And they're going, but what if I were to do this? It's like, wow. Then the bad men will come along and they'll execute you, and you won't go to the labyrinth anymore. Who's a dumb cunt now? And that's the way it goes. And I've just like, I had that conversation with someone at in E3, I think it was, because at E3 I was still very much, I didn't know about Cal and the new character or anything like that, and I was just walking around and I was having this conversation with someone, and after I'd had this conversation with someone, funnily enough, in the marches about religion, and I walked off and I was going back to have a drink, and I suddenly realised that all of these conversations I've had with Ginny on stream, she was right.
Mm-hmm.
How dare she? How very dare she?
Absolutely. How dare she be correct about the game that she's so involved in?
I know, it's disgusting behaviour.
Yeah.
I haven't told her this yet because I saw her. I think I saw her at E4 and she was walking along on her own, and I thought, oh, I need to go and have a chat with her about religion. And every single step I'm going, my brain's going, no, she'll wipe the floor with you. She's gonna wipe the floor with you. She's gonna wipe the floor with you. So I turned off and went somewhere else instead. I thought, I'll wait a little bit, but I will go and find her because I want that bit where she can then turn around and say, so I was right then, Steve, wasn't I, about you and the religion game? And I'll be like, yeah, fuck off. How dare you? How very dare you? But she was... I've got so much time for Ginny. I've got all the time in the world for her. She is such a lovely person. And when it comes
She's
to...
the cardinal of ambition. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows everything more. She just knows more than you. That's literally her game. She just knows more than you, and she knows everything. And you try to put her right in any way, shape, or form. She'll then have you beaten with another 5, 6, 7 arguments, and she'll put you in your place. Then you'll forget your name, your nation, and she just has you with that. She has you over a barrel before you've started. She is that good. She is that knowledgeable. I reckon I would have a conversation with her about religion, and I'd walk out of that room crying. That's pretty much that is how good she is. And I can bullshit with the best of them in game, but she will. I could walk in and ask her for a drink. I would get executed for heresy at the end of it. She's that knowledgeable. She is so good. She is so good. Okay, Liam's had a good question. It's a nice detraction from that debacle that I was talking about. So Liam's asked, what is the best challenge each of you has overcome last year? Let's go for Kyle.
Thought I had time to think.
Let's go for Ryan on that one. Or if you both want time to think, I've got one immediately. I've got one
Go on.
straight off the bat.
Go on.
Mac dying. Mac being killed by a ref call. Broke me.
It was rough. It was rough.
Absolutely broke me in half. I thought I'd have been alright with it. I was dead. I literally, when we talk about bleed, I was gone. So
It took a little while to sink in.
I was alright, yeah. I was alright with it. And then I remember Kit came down from Navarre and he just walked over to me. And he didn't say anything. He just walked over and gave me a hug. My God, I was bawling my eyes out like a child. I really was. I was absolutely broken. Because in my eyes, that's not how he should have died. I should have died either on an OD in game, because that's just it, or dying in the most dumbest way imaginable. Being killed by a ref on a safety call, not it.
Yeah.
Not it. But I had a chat with Matt Pennington about it all, and he put it all into perspective. And he's just said, when he just turned around and said, no one knows how you died. No one knows how you died. And they made sure that I had the spot for the Whispers Through the Black Gate as well. So I was able to come back and I was able to tell my story. This is how he died. I was able to insult most of the people there.
It felt like good closure because you almost got to kind of reclaim the narrative.
Yes.
And kind of define that for yourself.
Yeah.
Which I thought you got some satisfaction out of a really shitty situation.
Yeah, I think that was the best I could have hoped for. But it wasn't the ending that I wanted. It wasn't the ending that he deserved, I don't think. Because, I was in that fight on more hits than everyone. And if I ran for it properly... fucking look at me, if I could run. If I went for it, hell for leather, I would have got through, because I was essentially on 20 seconds of hits. I would have been fine. So I was on over 20 hits, and it was just brutal. But the ending that he got was great. So the Whispers Through the Gate, and then saying that he was there to die. He would have gone to the labyrinth for Grimm, but not for his kids. It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal.
While several of them were stood.
While they were all stood there watching.
Absolutely.
I love all my IC kids. And then having Still Mad. Sorry, Beth. And then being able to then just sing Wayfaring Stranger.
Oh.
And
there were certain moments throughout this year that kind of get you choked up, and that was one of them.
I couldn't see people's faces. Not properly, because inside the Regio all the lights are shining in.
Yeah.
So I'm stood there and I'm... Cheers, Dan. I'm not crying, you're crying. Inga will literally die mad about it. I should have stayed properly for Max Whispers. I'm sorry I missed it. Carl's running to the loo! But it was... Yeah, because I couldn't see everybody, but I could hear everybody singing, and it was... Yeah.
Because you went back into the tent, right?
Yeah, I had to go back into the tent.
Yeah, it was good. It was very touching.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. Really, really nice. See, I hope while Carl is on the shitter, he's going to have time to think about his answer to this now.
What was the question again?
I've forgotten.
It was what will we overcome? And we always overcome.
What was the question?
It was from Liam.
Yeah, Liam, what was your question? I've forgotten it. Oh, was the best challenge each of you ever come? Yeah, so the challenge for me was literally getting rid of a 9-year character to make up something new. To come back into a game where I'd known everybody to knowing nobody. But it's like everybody wants to know me in character. Cheers, Dan. know me in character again. So yeah, so Cal is essentially Mac 2.0, but I'm giving him the end.
I think he's a lot more. Not complex is maybe the right word, but there are more facets to him.
Yeah.
I think. Cal.
Mrs. Reber's just told Kyle off. Kyle has broken the seal. Tut tut.
You can tell, right? It's
Well,
also a boat in my hands. Give me a break.
yeah. So I was just saying that. So what I overcame this year was losing a 9-year character, and now having to come back in as something and not know anybody and not know anything like that. So that's been where it is for me. So I'm not even sure I've met Cal in character yet. Barely met Mac, to be fair. Yeah, but Chris, no one likes you. So I fucking love Chris. I do. I will say, I'm gonna say, because this is one of my highlights of the year. I know we've done yours and stuff like that. When it was, you know, E4 where it was pissing down with rain, absolutely hammering it down.
Yes, I do know that.
Yes, I remember it poorly.
Yeah, so we helped Digby out because all of his tent was underwater. We helped Ryan out because all of his kit was underwater. We helped it's true, I'm an unlikable person. I love you, Chris, you know I do. We helped Liam out because his tent was leaking and his stuff, there's a river running through it. We got everybody sorted, and then I went into my tent to get my kit on because at like 5 past time in, I'm still in jeans and a t-shirt, well, shorts and a t-shirt. My kit, there's one little leak in our tent and it's dripping directly onto my kit bag. My kit is all completely wet through.
Yeah.
Everybody around us went into full-on helping mode. Chris, this is the reason why he is so good. He literally went running to find bits to help seal up people's tents. I don't think he timed in time, but knowing Chris, he probably did. But he got Liam's tent completely sorted and fixed and dry. And it was absolutely fantastic to see because you saw everybody in that weather pulling together and helping everyone out. And it goes to it backs up everything I have ever said about LARPers. Everyone looks after each other. Everyone will help everybody.
The one part though that I thought was the most funniest, and I think you didn't see it because you're in the Wintermark field, but in Highguard, obviously we're right by the Sentinel Gate, so we got to see it, was the new player skirmish come back after being literally soaked through. Like, these poor people were honestly, they were walking, and I was like, oh, we need more than just towels for you lot. You are soaked through. But it was really,
LARPers
but like
be
you
the
said,
best.
everyone was running forward and just going, do you need a towel? Do you need a hug? Like, what do you need? Like, to try and, like, because some of these kids, like, were drenched through, absolutely soaked. Thankfully, that was the only time we really suffered any major rain, but yeah. Oof, that was a rough start to the D4.
See, that's amazing. I love that. Chris has just said you like me because I'm a cunt.
Isn't that why we're all here?
That is literally it. It should say cunty Yeti. But yeah, it's thanks for the bits, Dan. LARPers are the best. LARPers be the best, I should say. Liam's waterproofed his tent now, and Debbie Harry gifting 10 subs. You're a legend. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
A hefty Yeti t-shirt for 2023. Cunty Yeti.
Yeah.
Finally let me do it.
Is that testimonial material? Cunty? Yeah, it's different words.
I had
After your soul.
a testimony is when they put something on your soul, isn't it? So
Cunty Yeti, 2 words. Done. I can't wait to tell a ref.
I've already had a testimony put on me, and that was at the Reaper's Ball, and it was put on me against my will.
I'd have to check the rules on that, but I'm not sure if it takes if it's against the will. No,
Well-
no, it can be. It can be against your
Yeah. Wannabe general.
will. Oh,
Yeah, I know. Broken. Absolutely brutal.
yikes!
Yeah, I wasn't impressed. Absolutely wasn't impressed.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So, yeah, I need to go and have a chat with a certain... Chris is going to check the wiki.
Yeah,
But-
it's against as long as they're within touching distance. Yeah, it can be against your will because it doesn't have to be something you like. Because testimony can be used as a punishment as well as a good thing.
Mm.
If I remember correctly, I have drank some wine, so if I'm wrong, sue me.
You haven't drunk some wine. You have drunk a lot of wine. I don't know how many pints of wine you're down at the moment, so...
I don't know what you're talking about. I've still got a full glass here. It's never diminished. It's never gone down.
I swear to drunk I'm not God.
It's my first glass of wine, guys. I don't know what you're talking about.
If you never finish the glass, it's still the first one.
It's still your first. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
Exactly. Oh, dear. Yep, doesn't need to be willing. Right. Okie dokie. Oh, and it said the same thing. That's correct.
I need to dabble with it more. Religion sounds fun.
Religion is a lot of fun, and
Oh,
I'm quite ashamed I haven't got more involved in it over the decade.
I had a question for Kyle.
Fucking hell.
never say it like that, Steve. No, don't say it like that.
I'm
You
a
fucking
seasoned
balls.
pro.
Well seasoned.
Season certainly, bro.
Yeah.
I had a question for Kyle on religion.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
So,
Disclaimer: anything I do say may or may not be true.
say for example, little fleet owners have gone to smash the slave trade and have come back with spontaneous auras.
Oh, this is completely hypothetical.
Yeah, like how does that work? Are they engaging with heresy? Like, can you be punished for that?
Okay. So, first of all, FOIP. Find out. The only thing I will say is that there's a recent judgment that went up about desecration. Okay, desecration is when you interfere with spontaneous auras, and that's what I'll leave that on because the specific example you've given is current game. I don't know what for anyone specifically. The difference is that this particular aura that you're talking about is a personal aura, so it is going to be possibly dedications, things like that.
Right.
Whereas previous times where we've had spontaneous auras come back from slave busting missions have been hallowings of weaponry.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And I think the biggest thing for me is that PD's kind of going, okay, you've done something massive just now. Here's the ramifications of that on a much more personal scale. Because with a weaponry aura, your character, if they're a Cambion or if they have hero points, you can resist the effects of that and you can throw the sword away. And if you've not got the sword or the weapon in your hand, you're not affected by that aura. You can't chuck your soul away. So you're kind of under the effects of that particular aura, whether you like it or not, really. So there's a huge difference between those. And I think E1 is going to become incredibly interesting because we don't know if they're true auras, if they're false auras, or if they're new auras.
Chris has just said religious crimes on the wiki will help you, Ryan.
Cool. I'll have a read. I will digest.
So
I'll also send you a link to one of the judgments that was put through at E4, which has modified desecration, which is quite important because it's no longer what it used to be.
I just didn't know how it worked mechanically to be like, I didn't choose to engage with this aura, it's just kind of happened to me.
Well, PD has clarified that you can choose to engage with this aura or not. So if you don't want to engage with that, that's fine. If you do, it's in your pack for you to play with. I think
Exciting.
given the way that most LARPers are, most LARPers will be like, "Fuck yes, I'm gonna take this sword and I'm gonna run with it."
Oh yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
relate. My character was too busy mincing about the Sea of Snows.
Ooh. Mincing. Meanwhile, I'm dealing with all the dead people coming back from all the war fronts because that's my job apparently.
As Chris has just said, Ryan, not your character, just you.
So my character's a fleet owner, and I really like my headcanon is he's fucking useless, and everyone else does the work,
Mm.
and he just kind of stands on the bow of the ship, looking dramatic.
Yeah, do you know what? I love it. I love
Are
it.
you? Have you seen? Fuck, what's the name of the film? Star something or other. It's got Robert De Niro, Michelle Pfeiffer in it.
Stardust,
Stardust. Are you Robert De Niro in Stardust?
pretty
There.
much.
Yeah, where they
I go back to my cabin and I have all my lovely clothes.
all your lovely clothes. Thank you very much, chat, as well.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Where they all turn around and they all say to him, how was it? Dexter Fletcher, the guy who used to be in Grange Hill,
Yes.
of all things.
Yeah.
When he turns around to Robert De Niro and says, "It's all right, sir. We always knew you were a bit of a whoopsie." It's just like, fuck me.
Yep. You know
But
what?
that's it. He's absolutely useless as a captain and a fighter and all that, but he's got that reputation behind him. So, and that's what you've got.
Fearsome captain.
Fearsome captain.
Feared upon the seven seas.
Right, Mike said something. It's quite long, and it's been followed up with Chris saying, "Mike, get out."
Let me guess, he's not seen Stardust.
No, he hasn't seen Stardust. I've already seen that. I love how, despite how chaotic the stream is, now we've gotten onto a topic Carl knows in and out, he's gone full business mode. It's really reassuring to know the priests of the Empire can focus on doctrine despite being 1.5 boatloads of wine in. I haven't seen Stardust. It's on the list, though.
Do you know what?
It's good camp fun.
Now that you said it, Mike, I can't. It's actually problematic with how quickly I went to being like nearly sober.
Yeah, you did. You were
Talking
straight
about
into it.
This isn't real. None of this is real. What is wrong with me?
Do you know what I love the most though about all of it is the fact that when Kyle gets serious, I'm doing a quick impression of Kyle here. Though.
God no.
I'll do a quick impression of Kyle. Yeah. So when I'm talking about religion, and it's going to get a little bit serious, it gets a little bit serious, very serious.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's I can only draw on one experience of a very similar thing, and that was when Navarre and Urizen went on a skirmish to Spiral, and we all came back from that with all of these weird and wonderful effects where the refs literally had to stop us before the gate just to say, you've got this effect on you. And it was all individual. It was religious, magical, everything. Because Spiral fucks with you, yo. It's absolutely
Black
brutal.
Plateau. Is that where that is?
Yeah, Black Plateau.
Mm.
Yeah, so Spiral, aka where Mac was born, makes sense. But it all really affects you. And everybody who was on that skirmish got inquisited. Everybody. But everyone was found to be under the effects of where they were rather than it being a personal choice.
Yep.
If it was a personal choice, yeah, you fucked. If it's the effect of where you were and what you were doing, then they need to work out a way to counter it, which they have now done with anointings and the like. So,
A
but
bit like Druge miasma kind of stuff.
yeah, there's loads and loads of stuff like that. And I'd have to admit, where Kyle is there and the picture behind him and the light, he looks like he's got a little nubbin on the top of his head there.
It's like,
Yeah, that bit there.
You can hang me up on your on a coat hanger. That's what it is.
You've done well. So, surprisingly, I'm the same with Valorn Talk. No matter what, I'm just doing snap to focus. So we had all of the generals come up to me at E4 to say, "You're going to go off with your military unit and support this lot." I believe I'm the only one in Wintermark who went to Brokelion to fight the Valor. Family's family.
Well,
At the end of the
it
day.
looks like all the Wintermark armies have gone to Calavesa, assuming
no!
that you.
Yeah.
And as a Calavasi, I obviously ended up in Brokelion.
Just say you got confused. You went the wrong way.
I was high at the time.
I was high at the...
I misunderstood the orders.
I misunderstood the assignment.
Yeah. No, I think there's like a load of Wintermark armies in Calavesa. Just the Jotun didn't turn up.
Wow.
Also, Dan, how dare you? Sorry, Dan's just posted something in the Discord, and I'm just like, how dare you identify the fact that none of this is real?
I don't
Using
want
Me.
so
Watch-
rude.
what channel? What don't I want to know?
It's real to me, virtues, damn it.
Yeah, right? How dare you? When I become a priest, I can in fact put words on your soul.
So
I'm
for those
watching.
interested, it is on the Twitch clips.
It's alright, Dan, don't worry. I may not know you really, IC, but I will walk up to you and I will put
Oh.
words on your soul.
Right,
I'm
so
just like,
this is for Kyle only. Ben, I'm saying something nice about you, so put your fingers in your ears. So, not you, Kyle, fuck's sake. There you go.
Oh.
That's Ben's little.
oh,
That's Tim and Steve.
They've got more hair than both of you.
Yeah.
do you know what? They kind of look a bit like us because we're both.
Little Steve and little Kyle.
Poor little shits.
Oh,
They're
God.
doomed.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Shit, I've just realised the time.
What is it? Oh, 10 to 9.
10 to 9. So this has been my longest stream since forever.
Probably since the last stream with Kyle.
Probably, actually.
Running theme here, folks.
Yeah. It's I want to finish on a good note in that. So do we need to recreate that photo at E1 with Steve and Kyle? The picture of the babies.
yeah.
Oh dear.
Error.
So there was a question earlier. I've just dropped all the beers on the floor.
Steve, come on.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Steve. Bellend.
This is why you put it all into one glass. You can't drop it.
No, I need a pint. It's only there was a pint glass that they had invented for these. Do you know what the sad thing is with all of this? That I'm holding this can here. I've got a tankard here.
Fuck's sake, Steve. He's a professional.
Pro Strem. What was I going to say? So, since you've started LARP and everything, this goes back to a question that I saw in chat earlier that I've definitely missed. What would be, in your 1 year of LARPing now,
1 year of experience.
1 year of experience, I need to do the graduation thing because that's just amazingly funny.
I'd like to thank my mum.
And here's the little scroll. I call you Kyle Baldylocks.
What? Put it on my soul. Testimony.
Kyle Silas Baldylocks.
There it is.
That's going to happen. And this is for Ryan Almost Baldylocks.
Oh,
Oh,
It's still going strong.
not when I bring my clippers to you, they won't be, bitch.
No. I'll push Smith in the way. I'll stop backing him up and saying his hair's great.
No, because that's all going anyway. But for you, you'll force the
He
issue.
looks fine. He's a lovely man.
Listen, when I join Wintermark, you all better be on your best behavior because I'm going to be an changeling part of the Seaborn, and I will kick your ass.
Ooh, I was interacting with some Seaborn. They've got some good song folks that I'm trying to.
Yeah. Pete's just said something there. Should set up a proper LARP awards for all LARPs. I didn't want to say anything because of the amount of people who love the LARP awards and stuff like that. But it's all UK based. I'm chatting to people from America, Japan, mainland Europe, and stuff like that about doing an international LARP awards.
That would be cool.
A big one, a really big one, because I think LARP's bigger than the UK, so it certainly is. So I'm looking at doing something like that in the future. But yeah, so yeah, Pete just poked me on that one. But yeah, so the last question I think is, so you've been doing this for a whole year now. You've done player events, you've done other LARPs, you've done Empire, and all of this. What would be the biggest piece of advice you would give to a brand new player looking to get involved in LARP?
Go on, Ryan. You got this.
I'm quick on my feet, ironically, because physically I'm not quick on my feet.
Hey, that's my joke. How dare you? How dare you?
Find something.
If you say sugar daddy, I won't be impressed.
That's it. Find your niche, which sounds really easy. It's not. Find something maybe on the wiki that you have a strong opinion about, and fucking run with it. Like autumn magic has become my big thing, and I made it my goal to learn everything about it. Obviously, I'm nowhere near there because that's a fool's errand. You can't possibly know everything about everything. But yeah, I'm rambling because I'm pretty hammered. But just find something you like, and just keep going because the game is so deep, and you might scratch the surface and think, oh, at first I thought, oh, there's not much to this magic. I'm not really getting much out of it. Suddenly, you're getting a load of shit out of it. You'll be fine. So find something you have an opinion about or you think you'll enjoy and just run with it.
So get deep and get a lot of shit out
Get
of it.
Get deep and go hard. Oh, not the second bit. Come on.
Get deep, get a lot out of it. Gotcha. Yep. Good work, Ryan. Well done.
Ashon de Sarvos, he knows.
Oh. What happens in Sarvos stays in Sarvos.
I don't think he's watching, so I don't care.
No, Digby's streaming and Bolam is his head mod, so he's not watching. Oh dear, LARP, go deep and go hard. Shit, Pete. But you're not wrong.
Really?
He's a gallivanting tart, by the way, that Bolam. You steer clear of him, you lot.
Oh, I think that's jealousy coming through there.
Yeah, steer clear of him so
Steph's
I can have
here! Woo! Stephanie is in chat. She says, and yes, nobody is here who would tell him. We know we're all Team Steph, so well, I'm definitely Team Steph.
No way.
Yeah, I know you're not, but I can block you. I love Steph. So there was I need to give Carl a bit of background here. We will finish in a second, I promise you. So there was a Team Heidi. There was a story in the Looking Glass calling Jean de Sarvos a cad and a bounder who had done all of these horrible things. And basically, we had we went back to Hurst Hall's camp, and Jean was there. A load of the Crimson Reapers were there, and we were all. I turned up quite late, didn't I? I think I turned up and everyone was sat there, and they got me something to look at. And basically, I read this story about Jean de Sarvos being a cad and a bounder, and how he wasn't trustworthy with women, and how he would run from any sort of commitment and all of these sorts of stuff. There's a lot more stuff to it than this, but this is the integral part of it, and it was fucking hilarious. Because we sat around the fire, and I was reading it, and I just couldn't stop laughing. So me and Jean, we were saying stuff, and this is where the whole he's the slut of Sarvos, the twat of Temeshwar, it all came from. Now Ryan does a mean Matt Berry impression. Excuse me.
The belching.
Look, I put out he gave Heidi a ring. So in the league, a ring is so fucking important. It's unbelievable. It's part of their hearth magic. See, I remember that from my first character, Cernanos. And but the thing is that Ryan can do a mean Matt Berry impression. So when he's going, he's the twat of Temeshwar, the slut of Sarvos, and all of these sorts of things. But this was all the stuff that was coming out. Basically, we were sat around the fire and we were all laughing so hard that me and Jean, or Bolam, or James, or John, or Keith, or I've given him so many names. It's been too often.
Lover boy.
We could not look at each other. Because every time we looked at each other, like everything had calmed down, we had to face away from each other. But every time we looked at each other, we just started laughing, and we were crying with laughter. It just went on for a good couple of hours. It was painful. I literally hurt. I was laughing so much. But he's a slut, and.
In a positive way.
In a very no shame
shaming
here at all whatsoever.
We're all for this.
We're very. I think that night is the most I've laughed in my life. That's awesome. I love to hear it. I'm trying to think which Leagueish city fits the Matt Berry. You know, the most devious bastard in New York City.
New York City.
And it just goes on and on and on, and it was so funny.
Every year.
City, that's what.
That was it. It was we were going through pretty much every imperial territory and coming up with an alliterative just nickname for it. Cuckold of Cassinia was one of my favourites.
The cuck of Cassinia. It went on and on and on. Let's put it let's put it that way. But I mean, thankfully, Bolam is such a good laugh. He's a really good lad, and the harlot of Harnmark.
That was a good one.
That was a good one, yeah.
If I do say so myself.
But there was loads of it. There was so much of it that going on. It was just so funny.
Tart of Desato.
Tart of Desato. Oh dear, oh dear. So much to the point I've completely forgotten my point. I've laughed too much. I've laughed too much.
We even need a point, to be honest.
I don't think we do. I don't think we do.
Oh, we're talking about Team Heidi and Team Jean.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's where it's all gone from. So we had them both there, and team. So they were both at the Reaper's Ball, and there was one assault was made at the event, and it wasn't by me either. Even though I did assault someone at the hall, but he'd really deserved it. Fucking Dolly.
Yeah.
He has a cat mask. So you know, in the league, they have masks and everything.
Yep.
So he has a cat mask, and he goes up to people and he starts meowing at them and rubbing his head along on their arms and stuff like that. So I beat the shit out of him, basically. And that was fine. So he was going out to her and going, meow. And I was just like, I will fucking end you. And he wasn't having it. But yeah, so I basically cleaved him. He was just lying on the floor outside. It's like, I'm not picking him up. So that's the point. Have you seen my mask? Because Cal's brother-in-law is in the league.
I think I have, because I think I saw the photos of you, right?
Terrifying.
If you don't like masks, look away now.
Yeah, trigger warning. Yes, I have. Ew, gross.
There you go, put that down. See, I'm going to have to come and... The other reason I need to come and find you at E1 is because of this, too.
Is that what I think it is?
It's an actual ribbon.
I can't read what it says.
Violet liquor. The liquid swirls with hidden meaning.
Wait, I think I know what this is.
It expires on activation.
I think I know what this is.
It's very spicy.
I've heard whispers through the
Whispers through the black
whispers. I've had
I can hear them.
Oh, by the way, if I do end up dying as Silas, my Wintermark character is just my full-on Scottish accent. So
Yes.
You got a Scottish
It's
accent?
fun.
No. This is actually a very run-down Scottish accent, Steve. My actual
I know. You know. I'm going to be trying to poach you. You know this for 100%. I will be trying to poach you.
Yeah. I'm going to be playing an 80-year-old. That's the fun part. Is that he's an 80-year-old playing. I mean, I've got grey stuff for my beard, and I'm going to draw out some like eye lines and wrinkles. It's going to be great. Can't wait.
Nice. I love it. I can't remember what we're talking about now. So yeah, it was highlights, wasn't it? So yeah, advice to new players. So Ryan did that. So Kyle, what's yours?
Oh, I thought I'd gotten away with it.
No.
Okay.
Go deeper and harder. There you go.
Go deeper and harder is the first piece of advice. Second piece of advice is be slow but meaningful.
Look, less about your marriage, more about the...
You! Slow but meaningful, and I actually mean this, slow but meaningful, in the group that you choose, okay? So I was very lucky. I was very lucky with the cenotaph that I got with, that I ended up falling in with a very, very good group. But I would recommend don't do what I do, or I did. And actually go onto Anvil without a group, if you don't have one set up or you're not intending to set one up, and meet all of the variations of different types of people and their aims and their games and whatever, and make an informed decision after E1. The reason why I say that is because it is so unbelievably fundamental to your LARP experience, the people that you LARP with.
Yes.
End of story. So... slow and meaningful. Go hard, go hard and deep, slow and meaningful. That's our advice here. Steve, take it away. End it out. Come on, end it out. I've set it up for you. We're taking it out. Come on.
Let's make sure you've got a strong finish.
Hey!
Right, you two hang in chat for a second. Thank you, everybody, for coming to watch whatever the fuck this was. I mean, look at those two faces there. It's just amazing. Drunk as lords.
I'm twatted.
Absolutely fucking nuts.
I've got another bottle of wine.
Oh yeah, I'm not finished.
I'm not done. I'm not done. Oh, this has been so much fun. So I had built this all up in my head about how good it was going to be. So the wife has just said, "Save me." Oh dear, oh dear. No, I'll talk about that later because you know what I'm fucking like. Yeah, thank you everybody for coming to watch this. Thanks for everyone who's given bits.
Best stream. Thank you all.
Cheers, Dan. Best stream. Thank you all.
Love you, Dan.
The Queen is waving in the middle there, Kyle. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, Ryan. You can't out Queen Kyle.
How
I don't
dare
know.
you.
I feel like it's equal. I feel like we're balancing.
How dare you.
Bastards, the lot of you.
Bastards, the lot of you. Thank you so much.
You
This is
bastard.
you devious bastards. But yeah, this has been so much fun, and I feel like this has been needed for quite a while now, and I feel bad because the only time Kyle comes on is when he's drunk. But at least this time we haven't got Kyle's partner, so just sat to the side watching, going.
Yeah. He's quite wisely gone to the bedroom and is watching football and TV through there. Smart decisions have been made.
I don't know. I mean,
Lessons.
his interactions last time had me in stitches. It was so funny because I remember it just sort of like him, just sort of like looking in, just going, "There you go, have another drink then." No, he was absolutely wonderful, wonderful to have. I feel like all your streams need alcohol now, Steve. Please don't. Please don't. So, as many of you know, I'm going for surgery 2 weeks tomorrow to have my cancer removed, which is going to be make me like 6 stone lighter and 1 bollock lighter. You gotta laugh.
It's not like you need both. It's fine.
Well, no, I've got a kid. I'm all good.
They've done their job. They've done the job.
I'm all good. So, so we're gonna do a few things and then draw a face on it. I will, Pete. Don't worry. I will draw a face on it. I will also write on it this one, and then I'll write on the other one, not this one. So gotta be sensible about these things.
Could we get it hallowed? The party bollock.
I'm not allowed to take it home with me. I have asked. It's being sent off to a medical university for studying.
Well, there you go. Who knew, Steve, that you would have a bollock studied by university students? Who knew that would be a thing for you? Well done.
Well, I'm trying to find a thing that sort of shows the size of it, but it's bigger than my hand. If I hold it like that, it's bigger than that.
You need to know.
Yeah, it's bigger than your glass. Ouch. So, the true party potato. Yes, definitely, Ben.
Oh my god, what a callback. Jesus.
That's amazing. That's a great callback. I love it. And the makeover stuff is going really well as well.
Buy your raffle tickets.
Yeah, still got the raffle tickets. Yeah, we've got Bell Tent to give away in the raffle now. So we've sold that many tickets.
It's mine.
It's
Loving it.
it's absolutely insane. So, but studies, that's a new elective.
I'm a bollocologist.
That's a nut elective. Oh, there we go. Nice save. Nice save. I like that. But yeah, everything's going well. And this has been amazing. And I've needed this for a while. I think this has been so
Thank
much
you for
fun.
having us.
I've been dying to get you two together on a stream for a very long time.
I need to find an excuse to come find you in the field, Kyle.
I'm going to call it Thursday night, and I'm going to go and drag him over my shoulders and then bring him back to our camp.
And you know what? At E1 last year, he physically threw me into the air before he hugged me, so I don't doubt it for a second.
He's very light. He is.
I'm not actually that light. It's more that Steve is just very strong.
Either or, but he's. I will drag him to our camp whether he wants to come or not, and he's going to come drinking with us.
Yeah, I'm
Because-
like a pig. That's basically it.
I might
Totally.
dabble in some malign spiritual presence things. So
Well, if you don't mind having a Percy pig thrown at you, it's fine. That's my Liao things now, because I don't do gym
Love
because
that.
it's a fucking mistake.
So,
8
I-
p.m.
Mike thinks Steve be hench. He couldn't be more wrong. Replace hench with fat. And E1 is only 7 days away, apparently.
Days?
Pete, you need to tell us your math on that one, because me thinks you'd be dumb.
I ain't going.
Dan's just said Steve is the sex. 41 days.
41 days.
41 days. That's fine.
I've got so much stuff to do.
That makes me feel a bit sick. I feel upset.
I need to make kit. I need to get my whole new kit sorted. So
I'm making you some kit.
Oh yeah, I'll bring my armor for you to sort out, so you can paint.
Armor.
Huh?
I need to think about what armor I'm gonna wear.
41, 7, same thing really. Prepping for LARP. Pete's not wrong. This is very, very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been absolutely fantastic. This has been so much fun. So my hour-and-a-half stream, or hour stream normally, because of the pain and stuff like that, has now gone for 2.25 hours.
To be honest, that quarter is you trying to close this stream down. I'm not taking responsibility for that. You can take that for yourself.
Oh dear, Kyle, I love your face. I really do. Oh, this has been so much fun.
All right, I'm just here then, am I?
I was
You
gonna
know.
say, right? Like, come on. Where's the
Fuck
number?
it.
Yeah, I was working my way through. Fucking hell. And then we get to
Alright.
Ryan going, oh, I'm going to be a little bitch over here about stuff.
Come on.
Okay, final question. Piss myself laughing. Yeah, thanks, Liam. Go sleep in your fucking wet tent. How dare you? I forgot what I'm talking about. But
Ending on a positive note.
ending on a positive note, this has all been absolutely amazing, and this has been so funny. This has been so much fun. Ryan, you know I love you. I want
Well,
to
you
adopt you, IC.
Got to say,
Yes.
I'm
got to
gonna.
remember-
I'm going to. My character Cal is going to adopt Ryan, IC.
Well, you got to remember, Ryan also likes to have multiple sugar daddies, so you got to kind of say it out loud. You know, there's people fighting for his attention. Sorry, never mind.
Oh,
Coming for his attention, I heard.
Cal's been hard to work on. I need to, get some familial ties to get that money, Cal.
Familial ties. Okay. Well,
Well, we like to keep it close in the hall,
Everyone's just
It's-
banging everyone, apparently.
It's less of a family tree and more of a family single branch.
It's like the 2 feet. It's more of a family circle.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We'll go with that one.
Or like,
Let's let's go and raid someone before I get too distracted. Right. Do we want to go with the incest to Dolly? Because I think he deserves it from earlier.
I love Dolly.
Let's go for that. Go and give Dolly all the love in the world, because he's fucking hilarious and he is such a nice guy.
like when you
That's amazing. So the one lazy guy has just said, so this is what a stream ending looks like, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. If
Next person, the words you should say is go deep and go hard. Type that into the chat the moment you invade. Is go deep and go hard.
yeah, when you go to Dolly, go deep, go hard.
There you go.
Just enjoy it. And if he doesn't, then fuck me. No,
We'll
don't fuck me, but you know what I mean. Go give all the love in the world. Much love to you all. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.
Let's